G'day and welcome to this episode of Seeing Red NewsFlash. This is episode number 2. Now, in the last 48 hours, you would have heard about Scomo and his little trip home for Father's Day. While the rest of the country's in lockdown, or, pretty much all of it, he's decided that he's above the rest of us. He can just jump in his plane, zip on home, spend some time with his family, and then he can come back to the ACT, not undergo any kind of quarantine, and just go back to work as if it's all normal. Now, the rest of the country is in some kind of lockdown, as in we've got Victoria and New South Wales, the ACT, but these rules don't apply to Scomo, and he didn't have the foresight to realise that this might be seen as a little out of touch. This is what the Today Show had to say about it all.
He was, Carl. The Prime Minister's office has confirmed Mr Morrison flew on a VIP plane from Canberra on Friday to Sydney, and then he returned again yesterday for a national security meeting and to attend the National Women's Safety Summit. Now, this is despite 14-day mandatory home isolation for any travellers who return back to the ACT from Sydney. He was granted a level 3 stay-at-home order restricting his movements between the lodge where he lives and Parliament House, although there was no mention of his quick trip when he posted to social media on Sunday. The PM put up a picture.
No, he put up a picture of him and his family. There was an old picture, and he stated that this was taken earlier in the year. Now, this was an attempt, obviously, to throw us off the scent that the out-of-touch son of a bitch had decided that he could do what he wanted and the rest of us wouldn't even know. Now, this is just one of so many examples of how there's one rule for us commoners and the people of the country, and there's a totally different set of rules for those with big bank accounts or positions of power, politicians, celebrities, sporting stars, or even those who work within the larger media outlets. Now, it's really tantamount to a form of psychological abuse to the Aussies who are stuck in these lockdown areas. They're isolated overseas or stranded away from their homes and watching this shit happen. Though if any of us commoners step out of line, we're slapped with a bloody COVID fine and thrown in a divvy van. Like, what the fuck has gone wrong with this country? Across the board, people under strain. You just have to look at the national increases in suicide, depression rate, homelessness, calls to Lifeline and other health services that the country's in crisis. And Scomo, our fearless fucking leader, takes some time out for himself. If this doesn't make you see red, I don't know what will. Like and subscribe.